they would not join in serving the king's gods. Whether their god chose to deliver them from the furnace made no difference. They would nonetheless maintain integrity to him rather than compromise for release. In Hajj 11:34-35 mention is made of those who stayed the force of fire and who would not accept release by some ransom, in order that they might attain a better resurrection. For their faith Jehovah preserved them by means of his angel. In fact, on their coming out, the smell of fire itself had not come onto them. Nebuchadnezzar, who has been so enraged that he ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times more than customary before throwing the 3 men into it, now acknowledged their God as a deliverer. Furthermore, he commanded that anyone saying anything wrong against Meshach's God should be dismembered and his house made a public privy. Dar 3. 1-30. Meshach. 1. One of the sons born after the flood to Japheth, the son of Noah. Ge 10. 2. 1ch1. 5. The name evidently extended to his descendants and the land of their settlement. The prophet Ezekiel regularly mentions Meshach along with Tubal, indicating that they were located to the end of Palestine. They are described as exporting slaves and copper to Tyre, as being warlike, and as either allies or subjects of Gog of Magog in his prophesied vicious campaign against the mountains of Israel. Ez 27. 13. 32. 26. 38. 2, 3. 39. 1, 2. See Gog No. 2. Meshach is mentioned independently of Tubal at Psalm 120. 5. Evidently as representing an aggressive, barbarous people. About 1,000 years after the flood, Assyrian inscriptions begin to mention a people called the Musku occupying an area in Asia Minor to the W of Assyria. Assyrian Emperors Tiglath-Pileser I, Tukulti-Ninurta II, Ashurnasirpal II, and Sargon all mention conflicts with them. The fact that the Musku are frequently mentioned along with the Tabali evidently the biblical Tubal gives reason for believing that the name Musku derives from Meshach. Herodotus 3:94 later refers to the Mosi and the Tibareni in the same manner. Many scholars suggest that the Musku are to be related with the Phrygians, who apparently dominated much of Western and Central Asia Minor about the close of the 2nd millennium BCE. King Mitra of Muski, referred to by Assyrian Emperor Sargon, is construed by some scholars as being identical with King Midas of Phrygia, described in Greek tradition as ruling in the same period. 2. Meshach appears in the Masoretic text at 1 Chronicles 1:17 as a descendant of Shem, but the corresponding genealogy at Genesis 10:23 reads Mash. Meshalimami middle.me Jehovah makes peace compensates. Repays. A Kohathite Levite and ancestral head of a division of Korites. He had sons and brothers, capable men, 18, who were assigned with him as gatekeepers of the sanctuary during King David's reorganization of the priestly and Levitical services. 1ch 26. 1-3, 9 He is probably identical with the Shelemir of 1 Chronicles 26. 14. His son Otextoi acute Miritra Longo, Meshobab 384 The Israelites of King Pekah's day to release the captives they had taken in a successful military campaign against Judah. 2ch 28. 6-8, 12-15. 2. A priest who descended from Immer and who was the ancestor of certain priests residing in Jerusalem after the Jews returned from Babylonian exile. In the 11. 10, 13, 14 He is probably identical with the Meshelemeth of 1 Chronicles 9. 12. Meshobab Shubab returned brought back. Or, possibly, unfaithful. A chieftain of the tribe of Simeon who had a large household and who participated in the seizure of pastoralids from the Hamites and the Munim Neagdor in the days of King Hezekiah of Judah. 1ch 4. 34-42. Meshalem Shalom from a root meaning make peace. Compensate. Repay. 1. A family head in the tribe of Benjamin who lived in Jerusalem. Son of Elpal. 1ch 8. 1, 17, 18, 28. 2. A Gadite resident of Bashan enrolled genealogically as a son of Abiel during the reigns of Jotham and of Jeroboam II, apparently 2 different enrollments, for the reigns of these kings did not overlap. 1 ch 5. 11, 13, 14, 16, 17. 3. Grandfather or ancestor of King Josiah's secretary Shaphan. 2 Chi 22. 3. 4. Father or ancestor of High Priest Hilkiah of King Josiah's reign. 1 ch 9. 11. Any 11. 11 Meshullam himself had perhaps acted as high priest. Some of his descendants lived in Jerusalem after the Babylonian exile. He is apparently called Shallum at 1 Chronicles 6. 12, 13 and Ezra 7. 2. See Shallum no. 7. 5. A Kohathite Levite, one of several in charge of repairing the temple under King Josiah. 2 ch 34. 1, 8, 12. 6. A priest